Hey everybody, this is PJ Riley from Lancaster Archery. Got a product video for you today. Wanted to tell you about the B3 Tanjent hinge release. This is a back tension or hinge style release, which means that you have to rotate the handle in order for this release to fire. There is no dedicated trigger. And you're going to notice by that name, Tanjent, T-A-N-J-E-N-T. This release was designed in cooperation with multi-world champion Tanja Gellenthien. She had input on this release, so it includes a lot of the features that she likes. So it is a brass release, so it has that heft that brass has, and it also has that nice smooth texture. You know, brass just feels nice and comfortable in your hand. There's no sharp edges on here. It just really fits in your finger beds, right where you're going to want that to sit. And as I said, it has that heft of brass, so you really know where this release is in your hand. It does have a thumb peg attached, so I have it set right now for right-handed. Flip it around and it becomes left-handed. It's got some nice texture on there to give you, some positive traction when you grab that with your thumb to draw back. It is one of those hinge releases with the enclosed index finger. A lot of archers like that. It just keeps the release in your hand nicely. Just feeling that material all the way around your finger. It's just a real secure feeling. It encapsulates your finger the whole way around, so you can't really slide side to side. Just a nice, different feeling that those full enclosure for your index fingers that they have. So coming up to the hook now. So it does have auto return. So anytime after you fire, that hook is going to snap back. After you activate the release, it rotates, hook fires, snaps back. In the pack, what you're going to get, there is a sear in here. You're going to get a total of 4 sears. And now this is one of the cool things that B3 has. You can see those sears there. If you've ever played with sears for a hinge before, first off, they're very small. So these things can be difficult to work with. They're so small. Well, B3 helped things out by building this little tab on the bottom here. So when you change out the sears in here, it's real easy to get these oriented because you're just going to lead by putting that tab into a hole inside the release. But the 4 sears that you're going to get a hot and a cold with both a click and a no click. So you're going to have one of each with a click, one of each no click. And then what's really cool about the B3 Tanjent is the micro adjustability. Whatever sear you have in there, you can adjust that. If you have the hot sear or the cold sear, you can still play with that travel, to get that rotation exactly where you want it before the release fires. And the way that works is there are 2 set screws in here. You're going to get, first off, the Allen key that operates these screws you're going to get in the pack. And so there is one through here. You go straight through the index finger to get to this screw. And then there's going to be another one on the back side. And so what it is you're going to loosen one and tighten the other. That's what's going to move this sear. What it's doing is it's pushing on this little tab here forward and back, and that's how you're getting your micro adjust. So the way these work is you're going to, if you want to have more travel, you would loosen this side and tighten this side. That's going to give you more travel. You're going to do the reverse. Loosen this side, tighten this side. That's going to give you less travel. And so what that means, the travel is where this release sets up to fire. So I come back to anchor. I've got the click in right now. You can see right there I got it to click, and now it fires. So if I were to take travel out of this, I have it set up to where there's almost maximum travel, it would just click sooner in this rotation. It's clicking right there. My hand's almost flat. It would just rotate your hand more this way. Basically, you're making it, as it mentions, hotter. If you like this thing to set up fast in your rotation process, you would move that sear forward. So ingenious design there, because with those set screws, you know, you can take out micro adjustments of turns, you know, just pushing and pulling on that sear tab there to get that thing to pivot in tiny increments. So that's one of the great features of this release, that micro adjust sear system. Then lastly, you do have an adjustable finger position here. You know, I can just loosen this, and I would take this screw all the way out. And then this is not, this finger piece here, it's not on a rotating, it's not on a circular screw in there. It actually has like little gears in it. So you have to take it all the way off and move it. And then once it's set, it can't move forward and back even though the screw's not in there. So you can just get that finger position exactly where you like it as you're on your third finger as you're activating this release. All right, so let's say you want to change the sear on the B3 Tanjent. So your first step is going to be to go around to the 3 set screws. There's, you know, the 2 that you use for adjusting the sear front and back, and then there's another one right here. We're just going to loosen every one of those up. Next, you're going to notice a flathead screw right here. We're going to take that one out. That's going to allow us to take the head completely off. And now this is your sear in here. And that's going to slide right out. You can see the orientation that we had. So I pick another sear, and that's what you're installing into inside there. I'm just going to take this and pop it right in. And then we're just going to do everything in reverse. All right, so again, as we mentioned, this is what we call a hinge or back tension style release. You know, and one of the things that's great about it is come to full draw, got that nice brass heft in there, comfortable finger beds, and then whether you like to pull through the shot, in other words, come back, get into click, and then just pull, you can activate the release that way. Or if you're one of the archers who likes to relax, that tends to be my style, is I come in, get to the click, and then actually what's going to happen is my hand is going to stretch out. So more so than pulling is I'm relaxing my hand, and that causes the release to rotate and then to fire. So just many different ways that you can activate a hinge, and with this handle being so comfortable, that nice brass feel, it just allows you to activate this any way you want to. All right, so that is the B3 Tanjent hinge release. Great new release from the folks at B3 along with Tanja Gellenthien. Have a lot of great features built into that hinge style release. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like it, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to click that bell to get notifications whenever we put out new videos. And as always, if you have any questions, you can visit us at LancasterArchery.com.